Hello, my friends. Welcome to Haein Yoga. This class is a part of 4-session series on yoga for everyday strength. It's an all-level Vinyasa Yoga sequence that will activate and tone all the major muscles of your body. This session will bring out your capacity to meet the day with confidence and resilience. Something I want to bring to your attention for this series is that the distinction between engagement and tension. You want to be engaged with your muscles to be able to move and to move safely, but not to a point that you start to become too rigid and blocking life energy moving within you. So, can we be both solid and fluid? Yes. Keep your body solid and let your breath flow of the energy and your attention be fluid. Let your inner feminine and masculine work together. So, here we go. Let's meet in the front of the mat, standing. Have your feet hip-wide distance. Take a deep inhalation, bring your arms out and reach up above your head. Join your hands together. And as you exhale, stretch your arms out and let's fold forward. Place your fingertips on the floor, and as you inhale, elongate your spine, and as you exhale, release all the way. Keeping the weight towards your tiptoes. Step back with your feet to plank pose. And let's just take one breath here. Deep inhalation and deep exhalation. Inhale one more time. And as you exhale, coming down all the way, either from your knees or from plank pose, coming to cobra or upward facing dog, and pushing up to downward facing dog. Let's stay here for a couple of breaths in downward facing dog. Finding an alignment from your wrist to your hips. You can lift up your heels. You can bend your knees. Do whatever you need to do to first get to find a straight line from your hands to your hips, so that it's not just your arms carrying the weight, but really sharing the weight with your legs. So one more breath here, pressing the floor, pushing the floor away with your hands, and same for your feet, lifting up through your tailbone. Walk your feet forward towards your hand with next exhalation. And as you inhale, elongate your spine, come up on your fingertips, look forward, and as you exhale, release. Next inhalation, reach up all the way. Arms above your head, join your hands together, and exhale, release. Inhale, arms out to the side, reaching up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, elongate your spine. And exhale, release. Walk back with your feet, coming into plank pose. One breath here. And one exhalation here. One more time, inhale. And exhale, coming down all the way, either from your knees or from plank. And then coming into cobra pose or upward facing dog. Whichever that will support you the best. And we're going to meet back up in downward facing dog. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. And now, look forward between your hands and try to bring your right elbow down on the floor. Now this will require a little more flexibility in your legs. So if you need to bend your knees, please go ahead, but keep your hips up and try not to go forward with your shoulders too much. It's going to make it heavier. And then place your left elbow as well. So now your both elbows on the floor. Straighten your right elbow. And then your left elbow. We're going to come back down again. Right elbow on the floor. And then left elbow on the floor. Now I'm going to ask you to interlock your fingers. Make sure your elbows are shoulder wide distance. And once again, you can bend your knees, you can lift up your heels, have your shoulders open. Couple of breaths here. Pressing your hands against the floor, pressing your elbows away from you, opening the shoulder, squeezing your arms gently in, lifting up your hips and straighten your knees as much as you can while keeping your hips up and shoulders open. So there is a bit more weight coming down to your upper body in this position. One more breath here. Steady breathing, steady posture. Now gently look forward. Lift up your right elbow and then the other one, coming back to downward facing dog. Open the shoulder, ground your index finger and your thumb. Look forward, walk forward with your feet all the way to your hands. Feet hip wide distance. Inhale, elongate your spine. And exhale, release. As you inhale, let's come up all the way. And exhale, release. Inhale, arms up. Elongation. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, elongate your spine. Come up on your fingertips, gaze forward. And exhale, release all the way. Fold forward. With next inhalation, walk back to plank. Inhale here. And exhale here. One more time, deep inhalation. And as you exhale, coming down all the way of your choice. And then cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. We're going to come down on our elbow one more time. This time, let's go from the left elbow and then the right one. Interlock your fingers. Make sure your elbows are shoulder wide distance. And from here, I'm going to ask you to walk back with your feet this time and going forward with your shoulders to arrive in forearm plank. Now, we're going to stay here for several breaths. Press your elbows against the floor, shoulders away from your ears and shoulder blades away from each other. Tuck the tailbone in, straighten your knee. Keep your head up a little bit, align with your spine. A few more breaths here. Once again, find the steadiness of your breathing. Steadiness in this posture, allowing your whole body to work together. Legs, abdomen, shoulders, arm, your back, your buttocks, your mind, your breath. All these different aspects of you and part of you coming together. One more breath. And now lift up your hips. Walk forward with your feet, coming into dolphin. And we're going to come back up to downward facing dog. Release your hands. Come up with your left hand first and then the right hand back to downward facing dog. Adjust the distance if you need to. Stretch the back of your shoulder and the side. Ground your index finger and your thumb. Walk forward with your feet on your fingertips. Straighten your spine. Elongate your spine. Look forward. As you exhale, release all the way. Inhale, let's come back up. And exhale, release. Now this time when you inhale, bring your arms up and bend your knees, coming into chair position. Just a couple of breaths here, feeling our legs, grounding our feet, gentle squeezing in through the leg but without changing the shape. Pull the belly in gently. Elongating the spine. Shoulders and the elbows are light. but they are firm as well. One more breath here. And again, remember that the difference between engagement and tension. Feel your body engaged, totally on board with you in this. But let the breath, attention, and the flow of the energy move freely in this shape, in this body. Now squat down all the way. And then coming down on your hips, find a boat shape where you are balancing on your hips, feet are off the floor. Keeping your arms stretched in front of you, bring your knees as close as possible to your chest and keep that feet up. Shin bone parallel to the floor. Couple of breaths here. Tight in and uplifted. Few more breaths. Steady breathing. Steady focus. Strong, engaged body. Fluid attention and energy within. And now from here, keeping your arms stretched forward, slowly extend your legs forward. Still balancing, but with a little bit more openness. Just one more breath. And then slowly coming back, closing in. Come to tabletop. So we've worked with the front, we worked with our arms. Let's continue with the butt of the back. From tabletop, make sure your knees are hip wide distance under your hips and your wrists are, your hands are underneath your shoulder and shoulder wide distance. Let's stretch the right leg back. And as you do this, try not to lean too much to your left side. When you look at your hips, you want your hips facing down, both sides of your hips. And then stretch your left arm forward. Not lifting it up as high as you can, but rather extending. Keeping the feet at the hip level and keeping the hands at the shoulder level. As you lift up, extend your back. Fill up that back. Pull the belly in gently. Press your left knee, foot, right hand against the floor. Head neutral, align with the spine. Couple more breaths here. Linking from your left arm to your right leg across your back. Hugging in the leg and the arm. One more breath. And slowly bring the hand and the leg down. Wiggle a little bit before we continue to the other side. And let's go with the left leg up. And again, just check, make sure your hips are facing down, both sides. Extend your right arm. Keep it close to your head. And pull the belly in gently towards your spine. Extend the whole back of your body, back of the shoulder, your hip, back of the leg. A few breaths here. And allowing that solidity in the body and fluidity of attention and energy and breath be present. One more breath. Yes. And slowly release. Coming down back to table pose. Let's just stretch out a little bit by doing an arch. And a rounding of your spine, cat and cow. Come to downward facing dog. And go forward to plank. Let's do one vinyasa. Come down in your own choice to chaturanga or from your knee to cobra or upward facing dog. And we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Walk forward with your feet all the way to your hands. On your fingertips, Uttanasana. Look forward, elongate your spine. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, elongate. And exhale, release. As you inhale, reach up all the way. And exhale. Exhale, release your arms. Step one of your foot back to stand with your legs wide apart. And have your toes gently, just slightly pointing inwards, and interlock your fingers behind your hips. Roll the shoulders away from you and fold forward. Let's stretch a bit of the hips and the shoulders, those parts that we have worked. Keep the heels of the palm together. And as you inhale, lift up your head. Come down with your right hand on the floor, right in the middle, and reach up with your left arm. Twisting and gently stretching. As we're going to soon finish up this sequence and change the hand, go to the other side. And releasing. Squat down all the way. Bring your hands together in a prayer position, pressing your elbows against the inside of your leg to open your knees out and your hips. Pull the belly in gently. And now from here, keeping your right elbow pushing against your leg, open that elbow and continue opening with the left side of your body, diagonally. Thinking of bringing your arm back to stretch your shoulder, front of the shoulder and your arm. And change to the other side. Press your left elbow against the leg, opening up diagonally. Coming back to the center. Staying in your squat position, right hand on the floor, knees out. And reaching to your right side to side bend. And change, left hand on the floor to your left. Coming back to the center. Let's meet in the standing position. Keeping your feet hip-wide distance one more time in the front of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, release. And as you inhale, bend your knees. Coming into chair position. Take one deep breath here. We're going towards the final push of this sequence. Now from chair position, keeping both knees bent, shift the weight to your left foot so that you can free your right foot. Stretch that right leg back as far as you can, coming into high lunge position. One breath here. And we're going to repeat this 2 more times. Go forward, shift the weight to the front leg, coming back to chair position. One breath. Shift the weight to your left foot. Step back with your right leg as far as you can to high lunge. One breath. Last time, let's go to chair position. Shift the weight to the front. Back to chair. As you inhale, reach up all the way. Let's give a bit of a slack to our little pose to our leg. And then we're going to come back to chair position and continue to the other side. Shift the weight to your right foot. Step back with your left leg as far as you can. with control. High lunge, 1 breath. And shift the weight to the front leg, back to chair. Let's do the same side 1 more time. Shift the weight to the right foot, step back with your left leg. Soft landing to high lunge. And shift the weight to the front, coming back to chair position. As you inhale, reach up. Once again, taking a little break with the leg. And exhale, release with your arms. Now one last. Inhale, bring your arms up, back to chair position. Now this time, step back with your right leg, high lunge. I'm going to add just 1 more step, a fun one. Step forward with your right foot and place your right ankle across your left thigh close to your knee. So that it's a bit like a pigeon position, hip opening position. Keep your arms up and sit back. 1 breath here. So it's your right ankle on top of your thigh close to your knee. And now, coming up, standing up, keep your right leg off the floor. Reach that leg back. Coming into warrior 3. Let's have the hands around the hips. Right toe pointing down. Keep a micro bend in your left knee. Balancing through your left foot. 1 more breath here. And then slowly coming back to standing. And let's meet in chair position. Woohoo! Do the other side. Step back with your left foot. High lunge with your right foot forward. 1 breath here. Next step is a standing pigeon. Go forward. Left ankle across on top of your thigh. Flex that left foot. Sit back with your hips. 1 breath. And now coming up, standing up, stretch your left leg back to warrior 3. Hands around your hips. Couple of breaths. Micro bend in your right knee. One last breath. And slowly coming back to standing. And we're going to meet in chair position. Well done. Last 1 breath here. And slowly let's reach down, back to squatting and sitting on your hips. 1 last time. Both position. Knees pulled in towards your chest. Lift up your heels. I'm going to count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay balanced in your hips. Open up, straighten your knees. I count 1 more time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing in. Cross your leg. Hands on top of your knee. Close your eyes. 3 deep breaths. Deep inhalation through your nose. And deep exhalation through your nose. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. 1 more time, deep inhalation. And long exhalation. Thank you everyone for joining me on this video. A question I would like to leave you for this series is where in your life you feel you need more solidity, such as structure, authority, clarity, and where in your life do you feel you need more fluidity, such as spontaneity, creativity, mystery, the unknown? Comment below. If you like this video, give a thumb up and subscribe to my channel for weekly yoga practice. I wish you a beautiful day and see you very soon. Keep shine on.